From your local election headquarters, here's Fred Childers with This Week in Louisiana Politics.
Good morning to you. I'm Fred Childers. Thanks for joining us for This Week in Louisiana Politics on your local election headquarters. Well, Louisiana lawmakers are considering making major changes to the state's constitution. Changes have not been approved since 1974. Capitol reporter Shannon Hecht breaks down the little information we have on what legislators are trying to do.
Governor Jeff Landry talked about very broad ideas of things that he would like to see in a constitutional convention. But there's still a lot of questions about what legislators intend to take out of the Constitution and put into statute to make it easier for them to change. Since the last Constitution was written in 1974, there have been over 200 amendments to it. Many lawmakers and agencies across the state agree there needs to be reform.
It's not really so much what I want, it's what they believe they need to help address some of the budget shortfalls and to do the tax reforms and to clean things up for the state.
But the expedited changes proposed by Governor Jeff Landry have been lacking transparency. Landry suggested opening up some of the protected pots of money to be taken from to fill budget holes, such as the $500 million gap expected to arrive next year. The framework of the session would have all members of the legislature be delegates alongside 27 appointees by the governor. Lawmakers are concerned about several of the aspects of the convention.
What scares me is that we're going to bring in private dollars, and private dollars are going to control the whole operation.
Landry stated he believes there are special interests in the Constitution that need to be removed, but did not list any specifics.
Constitutional convention, yes, it is needed. In this short time frame, without having all of these concerns that I and other representatives have, that's a big concern for me.
There have been questions over if legislators, especially on the Senate side, will be in agreement to hold a convention this year, as Landry wants to get it on the same ballot as the presidential race.
The people of this state are going to have the last say.
The bill setting up the framework for this constitutional convention now heads to the full House, but there's a long way to go before it is fully approved and even farther to go before it's on the ballot for voters. At the Capitol for your local election headquarters, I'm Shannon Hecht.
All right, Shannon will be keeping an eye on that. The legislature advanced the latest version of the state's $38 billion budget. While the summer EBT funding is back in, teacher pay stipends and early childhood education are still seeing cuts. The approved amendments would mostly retain teacher stipends, but not completely. There is also no promise that every teacher will get one. Early childhood education funding is seeing about $24 million being taken out to cover the additional cost of K-12 public schools. Some legislators had great concern in these changes.
There are many things in this current budget that I like. There are a couple things that I find unacceptable. The teacher stipend must get back. We must restore dollars to early childhood education.
Legislators advanced the bill out of the full House, and now it heads over to the Senate. During the hearings, DCFS claimed it will not be able to implement the summer EBT program in time. The Secretary and Superintendent, Cade Brumley, claim due to the governor originally rejecting the program, it delayed them too far to get the EBT cards into families' hands until December. Appropriations Chairman Jack McFarland called that, quote, hogwash, and points to the program being in place for the last 2 years and claims there's no reason for the delay. Legislators are upset by this and want more answers.